When you think about the biggest, most mind-bending things out there in the universe, black holes have got to be at the top of the list. They are the ultimate cosmic enigma. So let's dive right in and try to wrap our heads around these incredible gravitational titans.
Okay, so what is a black hole really? Well, at its heart, it's a spot in space where gravity has just gone completely haywire. We're talking about a pull so incredibly strong that it traps absolutely everything, and I mean everything. Not even light, which is the fastest thing we know of, can get away. That's the wild reality we're starting with.
To really get a grip on what a black hole is, we kind of have to dissect one. So think of this next part as a little anatomy lesson for one of the strangest things in the entire universe. All right, first up, you have the event horizon. Now, this isn't a physical wall or anything you could, touch. It's more like a line in the sand. It's the absolute point of no return. It's like a one-way door in the middle of space. Once you cross that threshold, there's no going back. And since light can't escape from inside it, it's literally the edge of what we can see. And if you were to cross that event horizon, where are you headed? You're being pulled toward this, the singularity. This is where things just get bizarre. It's a point that's infinitely small and infinitely dense, where all the stuff that fell into the black hole gets crushed down. And right there, our understanding of physics, of space, even of time itself, it completely falls apart. Now here's a fun fact. Not all black holes are the same. They actually come in different sizes, almost like a cosmic zoo with different species. Let's look at the two main types that scientists keep fighting out there. So on one side, you've got your stellar black holes. These guys are born when a really massive star dies and its core collapses. They're usually around 10 to 20 times the mass of our sun, and there could be millions of them just wandering around our own galaxy. Then you have the supermassive black holes. These are the undisputed heavyweights of the universe, weighing millions, sometimes even billions of times more than our sun. And we find these absolute monsters right in the center of pretty much every big galaxy, including our own. Yeah, that's right. We've got one too. Right at the heart of our Milky Way is a supermassive black hole called Sagittarius A star. And its mass? It's equivalent to about 4 million of our suns. Just try to imagine that for a second. That's an unbelievable amount of stuff crammed into one spot. And to give you a sense of its size, get this, the actual diameter of Sagittarius A star is about the same as the distance between us, right here on Earth, and our sun. So even though its mass is totally off the charts, it's all packed into a space that could fit pretty comfortably inside our solar system. Okay, this all brings up a really big question. If black holes are, well, black, and they don't give off any light, how in the world do we even know they're there? How on earth do you find something that's literally invisible? It's a great puzzle, right? The whole point is that you can't see the black hole itself. So astronomers have had to become cosmic detectives. Instead of looking for the culprit, they look for the clues it leaves behind on its surroundings. So, what are these clues? Well, they look for the crazy effects of all that gravity. Sometimes they see these glowing, swirling whirlpools of gas called accretion disks. That's material getting heated up and shining super brightly right before it falls in. They can also spot something called gravitational lensing, where the black hole's gravity is so strong it actually bends the light from stars behind it, acting like a weird cosmic magnifying glass. And with the really big ones, they can see these enormous jets of particles, called quasars, getting shot out into space at nearly the speed of light. The journey to actually finding these things took a really long time. For decades, black holes weren't a real thing people looked for in the sky. They were just a wild idea, something that only existed on paper in some really complicated equations. It all started way back in 1916. A physicist named Carl Schwarzschild was playing around with Einstein's brand new theory of general relativity, and he figured out that if you squish enough matter into a small enough space, its gravity would become unstoppable. But it was just a theory. It took until 1971 for astronomers to find the first actual proof of a black hole out in the constellation Cygnus. That's when theory finally became reality. So we now know these things aren't just some rare cosmic fluke. There are countless black holes all across the universe. They're actually a really important part of how the cosmos is built, constantly warping the very fabric of space and time, and even helping to shape the galaxies they live in. And beyond all the amazing science, there's just something about them that captures our attention. As one of our sources says, they are endlessly inspiring both scientists and our collective imagination.
They really do represent the very edge of what we know and a huge reminder of how much we still have to learn.
Which, of course, leaves us with that final lingering question. We've come so far from a wild theory on a piece of paper to actually seeing these things in action. But you just know we've only scratched the surface. So as they continue to drift through the cosmos, you have to wonder, what other secrets are they still hiding from us?